Bodybuilding and Nutrition Q&A, and today's topic is going to be injuries. So if you're watching this video, you probably have some sort of pain, and it could be due to an injury. And the first thing that you have to do is to assess whether if that pain is constructive pain or it's non-constructive pain. If it is constructive pain, it's because your muscle is rebuilding, because you have a good workout and you're just growing, and it's part of the process. We all have muscle soreness and you will feel tender after a good workout, even after a week. But if you are injured, that pain is going to last longer and it's not going to help you become better. So the first thing that you have to do is to tell the difference, and the easiest way to tell the difference is when it's hurting. So if you feel that the pain starts the day after, 2 days after the workout, it's probably just muscle soreness, and so you're fine. But if the pain starts right at the moment that you're doing an exercise or right afterwards the exercise, then whatever you're doing, stop, because you're getting an injury. So why do we get injured in the first place? And this can be because of an incredibly huge number of reasons. Let's say you have a bad form or bad technique, or you forgot to warm up properly, you're not stretching correctly, you have muscle imbalances, you have a skeletal problem, you have medical issues, you had a previous injury, you're not eating right, you're not resting right, you are stressed, your age can be affecting you, you can have another disease, you can be just tired, you can be distracted, or you can just have bad luck. Finding the root cause of the problem is essential to a quick and a good recovery. So I'm going to try to give you a few tips and tricks so you can continue doing what you love the most. The best advice I can give you is to be smart. Train smart. If you do proper weights and proper technique and work on perfecting those, you will prevent most of the injuries. Of course, you have to also eat right and sleep right. And the most important thing is learn how your body works. Everyone works differently. Everyone responds differently to stimuli. And you have to understand and you have to learn how your body works. And if you have a predisposition for some sort of injury, then work around it. It doesn't mean that you have something that can be achieved. It doesn't mean that whatever you have makes you unable to achieve your goal. Let me give you a very simple example. If you see myself and you pay close attention, you will see that from the middle line of my body, my left shoulder is a little farther than my right shoulder from the middle of my body. This means that my right shoulder is more prone to have injuries. Why? Because this shoulder is closer to the middle line of my body, meaning that if I'm going to lift a weight, for example doing chest, this arm and this shoulder is going to suffer more weight than the left one. So that's a structural imbalance. That's something I can't change. I can't do anything about it. But think about it. If I have something that I can't change, because if I push a whole weight, one side of my body is going to work more. If I do dumbbells instead of barbells, then the same weight is going to go for the two sides. So that's what I mean by understanding how your body works and working around it. There's always a way to train with whatever condition you have. I'm pretty sure you have seen in the past people working out with one leg or one arm or even no legs, and they manage to do it anyway. So work around it, work your way around your exercise, and probably you will find a great way to do it without injuring yourself. Another thing that you can do is to take precautions. The first precaution I could always recommend is to warm up and stretch. Those two things, it's something that nobody does, and even myself, I forget about it. I almost never stretch, and you know what? I am regretting it because I am getting injuries all the time, And it's because I haven't done that. For example, I am suffering right now from sciatica, and you know why? It's because I started doing squats without warming up. I had a spasm in my lower back area, including my glute, and that actually touched my sciatic nerve, and now I can't move my leg, and I have to rest for a couple of weeks. So again, if you warm up correctly and you stretch correctly, you're going to avoid most of muscle problems, at least during the first workout sessions. Another way of being self-conscious about yourself is to know when to use lighter weights. If you can do a proper form with the weight, if you can have the right technique, then lower the weight and work with it. And then you will work your way up back again. But trust me, you're going to avoid a lot of problems with that. And when you are having an injury, or you just feel a sharp pain during an exercise, stop completely. You don't have to finish the set. No, just stop. If something, you can just sit down or lay down, stretch lightly and gently, and go directly to your physician, to the hospital, and get checked. Because the sooner you can get a diagnosis of what you have, the better the recovery is going to be. If you know what you have, then you know how to attack it, and you know how to fix it. Not everything can be cured, but it can be treated. And trust me in this one, I have lots of injuries that can be cured. In many other sports, your joints are going to get eroded in time, and that's something you can't fix. It can be cured, because what's not there anymore, it's not there anymore, but you can treat it. You can be smarter about the ways. You can have supplements that help you cope with the pain and help you get a little bit of fluid in your joints and ease up the pain. Again, everything can be treated or fixed. Sometimes it can be cured, but the sooner you know about it, the better you are able to face it, and the more tools you have to face it and fix it right away. Remember the muscle imbalances that I mentioned before? Think about this. Cyclists develop a lot of their quads because they do a lot of pushing on their bikes, and sometimes their hamstrings do not go with the same strength as they should, so they start developing pain in their knees, and their kneecaps, and their tendons, and this is easily fixed by strengthening the hamstrings and moving on. Runners sometimes feel pain in the back and in their legs because they have imbalances, or they just need a proper footwear. Again, think about it, be smart. And last but not least, remember, we're not Superman. So, and if you're natural, it's even worse, you need rest. If your physician tells you to rest, rest. And if your body tells you to rest, rest. Because that's the most important thing. Our body is a perfect machine to repair itself, but it needs time and resources. And I know that we never want to stop training, because after a week you see yourself thinner, you look smaller, you think that you're losing your gains, and that's not true. That's not going to happen. You're just swollen up because you never stop training. And the truth is that when you rest, most of the pain and most of the injuries that you have are going to go away. But it's not going to happen in 1 week or 2 weeks. Maybe it's going to happen in a month or two. But take your time to rest. And I'm telling you this because right now I'm also having an injury, and I realized that 2 weeks, it's not enough. Sometimes you have to rest for an entire month. And yes, it sucks because you find nothing else to do. But you know what? You can read, you can get better at this, you can learn more, you can watch these kind of videos in the meantime, and then you will be back at it, and you will be much better and much smarter about your training. And trust me, you're gonna get better. So guys, that's all I have for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit that like button. If you have any comments or questions for me, please leave in the comment section below. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.